Okay, so we're about to find out live here whether or not Dan.
Are you kidding?
Wait.
So I have won the first 2 rounds of the live show predictions, the in-house predictions. Daniel, Putri Ariani, and Mzansi.
You're 2 for 2.
No, he's 3 for 3.
You're 3 for 3.
3 for 3, baby.
3 for 3. Well, this is going to be interesting to talk about on the pod.
I just right here, so everybody can see it. Here's me and Kayla. You can zoom in, Julian. Here's me and Kayla, and then Daniel is on the bottom.
Okay.
Dan, I love you so much.
Kayla at the top, and then there's Corey, and then there's Daniel. And then we all put Putri.
Yeah, because that was a
That's
no-brainer.
very nice.
Oh my God, I'm the only one that put the other people that got in there.
This is ridiculous.
Wow.
So the question that I have,
Dan's 3 for 3.
where's my crown? I feel like we should have
No.
sourced a crown.
I think-
Speech.
some
Please
way.
give a speech.
Gosh, well, firstly, thanks to God for giving me my gifts. Through Him, all things are possible. I just, you know what I mean? It's almost like it's not me choosing them anymore. It's like the universe is choosing them through me. So, gosh, I almost wonder whether I should just give up for the last ones
No,
to give
you
someone else a
can't.
chance.
No, you can't. I want to see you get 5 for 5 here.
If I get 5 for 5.
Just the humble brag. Just,
No, and it's
I gotta give everyone else a chance, you know?
It's so funny because literally one of our other coworkers was like, this year we should put like money in for it. And I was like, no. I'm like, I am not.
Retrospectively should put.
No. I'm like, I'm too cheap for that, and I'm not confident in my
kinda
own
broke for that.
choices.
But then
I will give you 1 nickel.
for the 5th week of the pod, where I can just come in and just start making it rain. Wouldn't that be good? Wouldn't that be
You
a
just
great
get one of
start to
those
the-
money guns and you just come in. What's up,
Pew, pew,
bitches?
pew.
Wow.
All right, well, with that being said, welcome to the recap room. Hey everyone, welcome to the Recap Room, your go-to podcast for all the inside scoop and hot takes on all our favorite shows. Today in the pod, we have Corey.
Hi,
We
everyone.
have myself, Julian, and in the single shot, the winner, 3 for 3, Dan.
3 for 3, baby.
I feel like everybody's comments are going to be Corey's just so salty. I am.
I can feel it
am.
radiating from you.
We forgot the shade button. There's a shade button upstairs that we use.
Oh, really?
So we just hit it.
It's fine.
God.
yeah.
Put in
It
put
might
in
run
the
out of
noise
batteries.
here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
I
okay.
have it down.
It'll be okay.
Everybody
It'll
always
be okay.
presses it after I say something, and I'm like, I don't even understand why this is shady. Like, I don't get it.
Anyways, today we're going to be discussing AGT the Qualifiers Week 3, and it's a pretty spicy episode because we got some pretty good acts coming on.
Yeah.
I'm looking over to see if there's like a half split Slay or Nay thing.
I reckon so. I mean, there were certainly ones I disliked.
Okay.
Yeah.
Certainly ones I disliked.
Yeah.
For those of you who if you don't remember, there was one episode where half of the acts were all on Dan's Nay list.
Oh my God.
It was just hilarious.
I try and give an even spread.
Yeah.
You know?
Was that Bogart
Hey, you're-
week?
I think it was Bogart.
Ah, I see.
Bogart.
The
I
infamous.
see.
It
The
was,
fact that we call it Bogart Week.
that was Bogart Gate.
Well, I just, okay.
No, but you've redeemed yourself, you know,
I'd
and
like
we've
to think
talked
so.
about it, you
Yeah,
know, and
yeah.
it's fine. And you know, we flipped the script a little bit just
Yeah.
to kind of, you know, but it's okay. So anyways, we're going to just go ahead and get right into it. We're going to start off with Slay or Nay, where we go through all of the acts and we give it a Slay or a Nay, or maybe a hesitant Slay or a Snay. We're trying to get Corey to say Snay,
No.
but she doesn't want to. But anyways,
I refuse. In the first episode, I was told there's no middle ground, so I'm not agreeing.
well, without further ado, Slay or Nay. All right, Slay or Nay, Warrior Squad.
They were slay.
I'll say Slay. Yeah.
I'll also say Slay.
Yes.
Yeah.
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 All right. Summer Rios.
Oh, huge slay.
I'm going to say Nay.
Oh.
I'm going to say Nay. It's begun.
Oh God, here we go. I also say Slay. Trigg Watson.
Hesitant slay.
I said Slay for this
I'm
one.
saying Slay.
Yeah.
I'm saying Slay.
Which is surprising. But anyways, Phil Wright and Parent Jam.
Nay.
That's a Nay.
Snay.
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 A very generous Snay, I have to say.
I think I'm being nice, but
Yeah.
you know. Philip Bowen.
Oh, he was the violin guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, slay.
Slay.
I'll say Nay.
Okay.
For evenness.
Yeah.
I'll say
Okay. If we had a scale,
We need-
we need just to see
Unlike
how many.
Thanos.
Perfectly balanced, as all things should be.
Yeah.
Oh my god. And then when more people are on one side, you just see Dan.
No, actually, that guy sucked. Yeah, terrible.
Mzansi Youth Choir.
Nay.
Slay. I want to say Slay.
I'll say Slay.
Yeah.
I'll say Slay.
Justin Jackson.
I feel bad for saying it, but nay.
Snay.
I'll say nay.
Yeah. Nay.
Yeah.
Okay. Moss.
I don't want to say nay.
No, you could say it. I mean,
I don't want to. I have more of an explanation later.
but
Yeah, there's a but.
I'm going to say nay,
Angling.
but I have more of an explanation later.
Okay.
Okay. Absolute Slay.
Yeah, Slay.
All right. Next we have Herwan Legaillard.
Slay.
Absolute Slay.
Big Slay.
Yeah.
That was great.
Barry Brewer Jr. Dan, let's start with you.
No.
Yeah. It was a nay for me too.
Yeah, it's nay. I'm being nice. Putri Ariani.
I have more of an explanation later, but nay.
Wow.
I have a good reason.
All
Yes.
right. Well, stay tuned. I say Slay.
Yeah, Slay.
Slay.
Yeah.
And then we're going to go ahead and add a bonus. Chapel Hart's
Mega Slay.
performance.
Mega Slay. I love
Wow.
them. They're my winners from last season.
Slay.
Chapel Hart, if you see this.
Slay. Dan, on the scale, you're running a little bit low on nays. So
They were terrible. Nay.
I'm kidding.
They're amazing people.
They're amazing.
I'm
Yeah.
sure.
I have
Yeah.
nothing but good things
Wait,
to
no,
say.
is it an actual nay?
I have to say I didn't watch this.
Oh, okay, it's okay.
I stuck specifically.
I can
to the
explain it
It
to
is
you.
okay.
Don't
I'm
worry, I
sure
got
you
you.
will.
I couldn't
I'm
explain.
getting that energy. That we're not going to have.
It's okay.
I got
You and me
you.
aren't going to say a single thing about
It's
this.
okay. Corey's going to be taking over. I mean, the mic is basically.
I did say to Julian before this,
She
I'm like, please, I'm
specifically
begging
said
you,
this.
let me talk about Chapel Hart. I have something to say. He goes, you can't talk for too long. And I'm like, I got it. I can be concise. I understand.
This is very true. I did say that.
Yeah.
I'll give you
Julian's like,
38 seconds.
yeah, Julian's like, you're going to have to keep it short. And I'm like, okay.
Oh my God, Chapel Hart's my favorite.
Let's just say they're my winners from last season. Thank you. But insert footage of Billy and I's argument about that last season. You're
Oh,
welcome,
man.
editor.
No. There's gotta be an easier way to find this. It's not like I could just recreate the whole scene myself.
So I actually think that Chapel Hart is going to win. Oh, no. I think it's going to be the Mayas. Billy, you're wrong. No, Chapel Hart is my favorite artist of all time. They are great. They're going to win a Grammy. They are going to get out of here, win AGT, go to Vegas, go to the Grammys, win a Grammy, and be my bestie forever and ever. Okay? All right. I still think it's the Mayas. Anyways, let's get right into it. We're going to start off with Warrior Squad. I have a couple of things to say.
Okay.
I thought they were great. I thought they were absolutely amazing. I don't understand how they're not terrified to do all of these flips and tricks and basically defy death
Yeah.
in every 3 seconds.
Yeah.
I thought it was a little bit like The Unbeatable. It was a little too similar, and
Okay.
and for me it just it's hard to find something original that I feel like will make it stand out, and it seemed too similar of an act.
Did The Unbeatable ever use a swing?
Yeah,
I thought that was
they did.
Oh,
They
that's
did.
true.
Right, okay.
Okay.
No, they did use a swing in their
Oh, they did?
audition.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
My thing is like
We got excited about it.
She's like, wait,
but like my thing is like, here's the thing, right? I agree with the judges for this one. The judges were like, this is what AGT is for.
Mhm.
I 100% agree.
Yeah.
I
They
think
didn't go
that
through, right?
no.
Oh.
I wish they would have. I think that The Unbeatable, they were amazing. They set the standard.
Uh-huh.
I think that these guys are where The Unbeatable is almost.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
I also think that like your guys' argument of you wanted more originality, it's hard to get more originality in this act. I think that they're an acrobat group. They're showing off that they're an acrobat group. And that's pretty much all you're going to get. That's why I'm like, I get what you're saying, but like, I think that they are still really good.
Yeah. I mean, they're still excellent. I feel like they're the kind of act that as you go through it, you almost kind of forget that they're human beings.
Yeah.
They kind of look so much like a
Yeah.
cartoon and or
Yeah.
like a video game. And people just don't have weight. But all of those people are like human beings with
No,
like
it's true.
muscular systems and
But it's
skeletons.
insane.
stuff,
And like the
they just
kids that they're
Kids
just like
just whipping
tossing
around.
everywhere, and I'm like, how could you throw your own child like
I
that?
feel like it could have been filmed maybe in a way to really get across how high it all was. 'Cause you get
Yeah.
that maybe more from the wide shots.
Yeah.
But like if it's a close up, you don't really get that sense of scale of like
No.
these guys are like stories tall.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
really tall stuff.
Even probably getting a top-down view to kind of just
Yeah.
like see like how
Something-
small they look from the ground
Yes.
up. Like,
Yeah.
Something like that would work well. I think they were amazing. I think the only criticism that I would have of them is that their tricks were ordered oddly, because I feel like they didn't finish with their most impressive
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
There was that amazing one where they were like an apparatus
Oh my God, yeah.
and the kids with the Ganesh
Yeah.
mask, I assume, in the middle. Like that's the finish.
Yeah.
And then they went on and they did a few more. And I was like, but I
Yeah.
feel like you
Yeah.
need to build more to the crescendo and then, this is our final thing. How impressive are we? But yeah, they kind of then went on and did some more stuff.
it's terrifying to see though, because it's like a lot of these danger acts that we see. I'm always just like, I mean, I know they won't
I
televise
love Danger Acts.
like if someone there's an accident or something, you
Yeah.
know. But at the same time, I'm also just like, I don't want to see someone like, you know, die on camera
Yeah.
or like get really like seriously injured or
but
something.
they wouldn't be the ones to have someone die on camera, in my opinion. I think that a big thing about acrobat groups is like they've been doing it for generations, so they know how to do it safely. I think if we're going to see anyone die on stage, it's going to be a sword swallower or an aerialist, to be
Might get
honest
to
with
that
you.
later.
Yeah.
But I've also felt, and again, what do I know? I know absolutely nothing. But like in all of these things before, you get used to that kind of parkour. I'm going to land and I'm going to immediately roll. But when they were doing those early jumps onto the big crash mat, it just looked like they were just kind of crumpling in a way of like,
Yeah.
I don't know. It just because it was something different, I think.
Yeah.
They weren't landing in that kind of forward rolly way that you're conditioned to expect. I was like, that looks like that's going to be terrifying on your hips and your knees and your woof.
They definitely have to go through some sort of like, there's this thing called pain therapy where it
Sounds lovely.
God. When you do combat training or
Yeah.
some sort of like, what they do is basically they put you in horse stance, and what they do is they'll hit your arms, your legs, like, and I've been through this once or
Why?
twice. A long time
They
ago.
get off on it.
There was no, oh God, no. Long time ago. Long story short, I was a part of this. I was doing this like Filipino stick fighting thing for this for a parade. It was a friend of mine who was like, "Hey, do you want to try this thing out?" And I was like, "Yeah, it sounds pretty cool."
I
Whatever,
love
fine."
that Julian is
Yeah.
the type of person where anybody could ask him anything. And he's like, I mean, yeah, I'll try it once. Cool.
Filipino stick fight. Yeah, I got nothing on Saturday.
No, but it was cool because it was like we did a little bit of jujitsu, a little bit of
I was
like
about to
grappling and
say.
stuff, and like there were like things that we had to, and you're putting your body to the test. And again, at the end of the day, we did this thing called pain therapy. You get in horse stance, and it's literally just them hitting your arms, starting off with your arms, where it starts cramping. Then they start off with your legs. They'll do leg kicks. They'll do abs. And it's just to get your body used to taking hits.
That
'Cause-
sounds terrible.
No, but think about it. Realistically, when you're like, if you're some sort of like MMA fighter, or
Yeah.
if you're some
Yeah.
like, you know, you have to take a punch. You have
Yeah.
to be able to like, your body has to be able to like absorb that impact,
Yeah.
because it's trauma to the body, and the body will respond very differently if you're not prepared for it. If
Yeah.
you're not
Right.
prepared for it, forget it. You're gonna go down. But these people can take hits. So with that being said, I mean, there's got to be some sort of element where like, you know, maybe their bodies are kind of used to that kind of like motion or falling
Yeah.
or something where they,
I mean, it must be.
you know,
It must be.
I don't know.
I just like the idea of your friend saying, "Hey, Julian, are you free on Saturday afternoon? Get on all fours, and my relatives are just going to beat the crap out of you with some stick."
And Julian's like, yeah, dude,
Well,
I'll be
here's the
there.
thing.
And this is for a parade, yeah?
No.
Sorry, Julian, parade got canceled.
I will say, it was this funny thing of like, I didn't know this was going to happen. And it just looked fun where it was just like, yeah, I've seen people like fight with sticks and like do this
Yeah.
whole like thing. And then they were like, we're going to beat you for a little bit and then justify it. And it's like, excuse me?
See, I've never heard of that, and one of my cousins does jujitsu.
Oh, really?
And yeah,
Well,
and like
I don't.
he came to New York for a jujitsu world. I don't know if it was like world, but it was like a championship thing. And he's like, yeah, I have like Filipino swords in my bag, and obviously I don't know anything about it. But to think that my cousin went through that's really interesting.
Yeah, no, it was really, I don't know. It was, I will say the one thing that I hated about it was when we would practice, if you would get the move wrong, literally just imagine like imagine like a wooden broom, the stick of a wooden broom just hitting your knuckles.
Oh, that would hurt.
And that was like repeatedly, like, and you just had to stay in it.
Yeah.
Like,
one last question.
Yes.
Did you do it ever again after the parade?
No, I did it once. And after that I was like, yeah, I don't know if I could do this. It was fun. Yeah. Again, it was a lot of fun. I was with my friends and stuff, and it was something cool that I was just like, oh, I get to try this thing.
Right.
It's something extracurricular, whatever, fine. Again, talked into this, but it was fun. It was fun, and nonetheless, I mean, I came out with a good story from it.
Yeah.
So,
This is true. This is true.
But
all right, next.
Anyways, let's move on. Next we have Summer Rios. I have some stuff to say about Summer.
Here we go.
I thought the performance was great. I thought she sounded phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
And like you can tell she has this like grittiness to her, and like and what Simon said, it was like these like raw vocals that you wouldn't really expect. My only thing is that I feel like if she could brush up her vocals just a little bit, then it would really, really work out. Really,
Wow.
I'm listening to it and I'm like, there's certain things. Maybe it's just the quality or like the type of like how she sounds or like how she goes about it. Maybe it's like what defines her. I'm getting some really weird stares here.
Yeah, you are.
All right. Go ahead.
Dan, would you like to start? I have a very bold opinion.
Okay. Well, I think that she's a very good singer. I think the song was pretty boring. And it just annoys me. Like you say, it's a raw voice, and it is a raw voice, but it's that affected singing. I've written down a few words here. Noivus, constantly, hoits, noit, coit, and heid, which is head. Don't pronounce words like that. It just bugs me so much when it's this kind of jazzy, like, we're gonna sing it noivus constantly. I'm like, that just I couldn't get past that. So I think she's a very good singer. Obviously a very good singer.
It's like Camila Cabello when she does the
It's the Chris Moise. It's that all over again, and I'm like, just dial that down. Just dial that down, and maybe we'll And I think the song choice is quite uninspiring.
Okay,
but I think she's very good, but not for me.
I don't know. I mean, she's a phenomenal singer. At the end of the day, I think.
According to some people say that she needs to tweak her vocals,
what was that?
improve her vocals.
Wait, no. She's a phenomenal singer. You just need listen. A lot of the people that go on this show, phenomenal singers. There are some people that just need a little bit more vocal training, and then it'll get them to that degree. I'm not saying that she's not a good singer. Can I say that I can do that? Hell no. I can absolutely not do any of what she does, and I have a lot of respect for her. But again, just a little bit of tweaking and it'll go a long way. But I'm not saying that she's bad.
All right. So. Summer, honey, if you're still watching, I got you here. I would like to say that since the beginning in your episode, if I was one of the judges and I had a golden buzzer, I would have given it to you. You are everything that this show defines. You are the person that deserved it the most. You are working as a manager at a freaking Pizza Hut and you have that voice. No, you deserved a golden buzzer. You deserve to go to the finale. I loved this performance. I don't like comparing people vocally. I actually would like to say that this performance reminded me a lot of the person who just won The Voice, Gina Miles. I think you both have a very similar tonality, which I love that. I love the raw vocals. I love the lower tones. I love everything about you. I wanted you to go to the finale. I was very upset when you didn't. This is me keeping it short, by the way. Genuinely.
And that is all. Let's move on to the next act. Sorry on that.
Summer, if you would have went through to the finale, I would have said that you're my winner. But now it's stop it. Now it's still Adrian and Hurricane.
Just the the timing on that was phenomenal.
Everybody here is a comedian.
Including your phone.
Oh, God. Oh, man.
I'm just being a nice person and setting the timer that Julian told me to set.
Summer, we love you.
No, actually, the only person at this table who genuinely loves you is me. I would just like to remind
Summer,
you of that.
We love you.
No, Julian
Let's
thinks that you need vocal training. I think you should go on a different show.
But that doesn't mean I didn't say that we didn't love her and that we respect her. Summer, I respect you. Why am I even having this argument right now? Let's just move on to the next act. Okay, next we have Trigg Watson. You know, I was hating on Trigg for the past
You did.
while.
Yeah.
And then I saw this performance and I changed my mind.
Wow.
I really liked it.
Yeah, minds are changed.
See, Corey and she loved Trigg. I didn't like him. Now I like him. Now she doesn't like him.
Well, no, I remember saying to Julian, I'm like, Trigg was really good. And Julian's like, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm like, I don't think we watched the same episode. I really, like that first week of the podcast, I listened to it. I wasn't here. And I was like, I think we watched a different episode.
Yeah, because I don't know.
Like, I really
that
do.
first performance just didn't really captivate me. It seemed
It was
like
great.
Here's the thing. For me, it was like, yes, there was small elements of magic, but a lot of it was taken away from the fact that they tried using the format of like TikTok, making things appear.
Yeah.
Like the thing that I thought was cool was the technology, but it wasn't so much the magic, because the magic was just so like it wasn't there.
Yeah.
This week though, the magic combined with the tech really, really worked out, and I thought it was really amazing.
Yeah.
And it got me thinking. I was like, how the hell did he do that?
I mean, it's
ridiculous.
I was a nay on him for about 4/5 of this performance. I was like, it all seems a bit lame and like passing stuff behind the TV.
You can see the person's hand at one point.
It's like,
and I was like, you're pulling a Nicholas Ribs.
Yeah, yes, absolutely. That's just that kind of thing. And I'm like, okay, yeah, that's interesting. That's timing and blah, blah, blah. But then the final reveal, I'm like, that's what sold it.
No, I knew as soon as his friend was on Zoom, FaceTime, I knew that was fake.
There's going to be something noodling around.
I knew that was fake.
But what about the picture?
The picture was wild.
Picture was crazy as well.
Heidi Klum did an interview saying that she wasn't going to draw that, and then she decided to last minute.
And because it was quite a good drawing.
Yeah.
But for a kind of draw something now quickly, it wasn't stick figures. It was like
she wanted to draw childbirth instead. And then
she wanted to do what?
I'm sure the AGT producers were pretty pleased that she was like, okay, so just let me stop.
Well, that's the thing. They had said a special moment for you, and for her kids are giant in her life.
Yeah.
So she wanted to choose having her kids. But then she didn't, you know?
Well, what part of childbirth did she want to represent in this picture?
It's Heidi Klum.
Yeah, we
looking
would have
straight down the barrel.
Let's say it's what you think it is, probably.
Wow, is that
underwater flower?
I don't understand. There's like a circle and another circle and like
is that lettuce?
I wasn't feeling this performance from Trigg. I liked the original one more. I think that they can't take me seriously today.
No, because he said, "Is that lettuce?" And now I'm just. Anyways, sorry.
No, it's okay. I don't know. I liked the original performance better. I think this one was cool. I think that his acting for the video call is not working was over to the top, to the point where everybody thought that it just wasn't working, and I was like, oh, dude is like totally right now, like he's not about to make it through this performance. You know what I mean? Like this is. No. And then I was like thinking to myself, I'm like, okay, this is definitely not a real video call.
Yeah.
It also ruins everything when you find out there's such thing as translucent OLED screens.
But like, I don't know.
But again, a printed picture of the thing that Heidi draws. How do you plaster that or get that on there as a solid image? That's the thing that I don't understand. I understand if he like taped it really quickly and like put it on there, cool. But he didn't.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and it didn't seem like it was coming. Unless he did and we didn't notice, then, I mean, hey, that could be an explanation. But like,
the thing that really gets me is the reveal wasn't cool enough for me because I thought that a lot of his magic was sloppy. Like when he went to put the envelope behind the screen and you can see half the envelope and the guy is having the envelope in his hand already, I'm like, all right, this is.
Yeah.
I that's really what gets me. I wish that in the first performance, I didn't think he was as sloppy.
But that's the thing. that's how I felt about the first performance.
Was that you thought he was sloppy?
It was sloppy,
Yeah.
and I felt like the tech was doing more. Like it was more upon and oh God, as an editor, it just, and I've talked to Olivia about this. There's at some point, please watch the first performance at some point and look at Heidi Klum's eyes in that TikTok when he removes the sunglasses. What is happening there? It's like AI gone wrong. It just looks sloppy, and the keyframing is very strange, and it's like I don't know.
Yeah, so I think it was like a bit lame for most of it, and then that final reveal, and you're like, oh okay, okay, he came to play. That's
but like we talked about, setting the bar low,
Yeah.
and then, you know,
if you find out that he was deliberately sloppy early on to lower your expectations, then this guy's a genius.
Also, I will say the one thing that I did respect about this is how he just like appeared out of thin air at the beginning of the performance.
Yeah, that was weird.
That was weird.
He
Wait,
like
what?
he like climbed out of the hole.
He climbed out of the hole.
But then that wasn't him. That was like a
digital
projected him.
Yeah.
But then he was there.
Oh, I see what
Yeah.
you're saying. Yeah.
That was
that
cool.
was impressive. That was pretty impressive, because I was like, how was there some sort of, I don't know.
Also, half the performance, I was sitting like, I also would like to say I don't have good distance eyesight, and I was watching it on my TV at home, and I'm like, from this, from how far away I'm watching this, body type, hair looks like Neil Patrick Harris a little bit.
I could see it. Neil Patrick Harris and oh my God, what is his name? Trevor Wallace combined.
Yeah.
Do you know Trevor Wallace? The
Yeah.
comedian? Yeah.
That's what it felt like. I couldn't get over the fact that he looked like Neil Patrick Harris, and I'm like, is this just my eyesight being bad, or like?
Just like, hold up.
Yeah.
Shout out to Trevor Wallace. He's hilarious. But anyways, let's move on to the next act. We have Phil Wright and Parent Jam. Okay.
This was a nay for me. I'm just gonna start with that. This was a nay for me. I don't like these acts. Not a fan. I think it's an adorable idea. I think that a studio for parents and kids to dance together is a wonderful idea.
Right.
Yes.
I like the idea. A kid is not going to be a part of a Vegas residency.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about it.
That's the thing. It's like how he hit it on the nail, where he was like, listen, it's a great idea to sell. Like, pitch this to Shark Tank or something. You know, like it's a phenomenal idea. Make shows, but it's not a Vegas act.
No.
It confirmed that they did outsource Tick and Tack, the dudes who I told you guys about, from the thing, and apparently I think they're just a part of the squad now.
Right.
So, but I don't know. It just I don't know what it is.
It's like here's the thing. If you rewind a few weeks to the first time that Sharp Family Singers came on, Dan's analogy of Sharp Family Singers is how I feel about Phil Wright and Parent Jam. They are the cookie cutter American family. They're matching clothes. They have a cute ass dog at home. And it doesn't, like what you said about, it's just cringy now.
Yeah, it's just too happy. I
It's
really struggle
happy.
with these kind of dance things. It's like the same as that Erica
Kofeld,
Erica Kofeld.
It's like all these like facial expressions of like, I'm having the greatest moment of my life, and maybe you are, but it just comes across as insincere. To me.
That's what I felt. That's how I felt about Phil Wright and Parent Jam.
But I feel like with these, it lives on it's supposed to live on a TikTok space, in that YouTube space. Like, it'll do really well on these platforms, but then on national television, it just looks a little too over the place, And again, respect to Tick and Tack. They've been doing this stuff for a really, really long time.
Nothing against the people you know.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And like they're phenomenal at what they do, and they hustle for their stuff.
And also nothing against the company as a whole. We all agree it's a great idea. We just don't think
that's
that
a fantastic idea.
Parents and kids getting to do something together.
Right.
It's bonding. It's exercise. It's all that.
And like this, although I want to say like this isn't the space for this, it is. It's a family show, but like the atmosphere of AGT has changed now that the winner gets to be a part of their Las Vegas show. Yeah. Plain and simple. That's how I feel about it. That's why I'm saying, I'm like, sorry guys, wasn't a fan of you. You're not going to be in the Vegas show. But that's what them changing like the
criteria,
the prize has made us feel like this season. Otherwise, I feel like I'd be like, yeah, they're great, And
you make a good point with the TikTok stuff, because they utilized my pet peeve that I don't like, of like chopped up music, like his 15 seconds of some really upbeat, fun songs, which says we don't have confidence in our own show that we can keep your attention going.
Yeah.
So we have to kind of chop it up.
And here's another thing. Which is pure TikTok. So they'll do well with that, and good luck to them with their thing. Hopefully it does really well, but get it off my TV.
Would you say that media now is shifting towards that new kind of format? Because I feel like it's being picked up mainstream now.
It is, but it's because everybody has no, and I'm guilty of this. Nobody has any
attention span.
Thank you, Dan. Thank you. Like I said, I'm guilty of it, as you can tell. Nobody has an attention span anymore because of TikTok, and like I'm guilty. I don't like you saw it right there. But yeah, I think that's
remember to like and subscribe, guys. Yep.
All right, so this next segment of the podcast, we're going to be doing this as a TikTok segment, the way that it's meant to be. So as we talk about this next act, I will be playing Sudoku, and you'll see it on the screen right over here.
I was like, "What are you doing?"
Corey's like, "Why are you pulling up Sudoku?"
It has to be Subway Surfers.
Oh, I don't have it on my.
You're gonna have to download it. It has to be Subway
Surfers.
Surfers.
Fun is Julian's commitment to the bit is that he didn't need to bring up Sudoku on his phone. He's not going to show it, but he has
No, you know what? I first tried. I have Flappy Bird on my phone.
You have
still.
Flappy Bird on your phone
But I tried downloading it on my thing, and it's like, it needs to update, keep or delete. And I'm like, I could have downloaded it.
Oh, it would have been good with Flappy Bird too.
But that was my first option. But yes.
Who's next?
So, no disrespect to you, Philip Bowen, but we're just doing this bit. Next, we have Philip Bowen.
Actually, listen, you remember how we just said that Trigg Watson, our minds were all changed about him? Mm-hmm. That's me with Philip Bowen in a good way. Oh. So his audition, I was like, it's a dude playing a violin.
Yeah.
Plain and simple. I'm like, it's a dude playing a violin. This round, I don't know if I was in a silly, goofy mood. I'm not gonna lie, I was.
Just feeling a little quirky today.
No, I was in a silly, goofy mood during this entire episode.
Not silly, goofy enough for a family jam, but
no. Yeah. But by the time Philip Bowen came on,
we needed that shade button.
By the time Philip Bowen came on, I was like, okay, like I'm watching his story. I'm like, this guy has a great story. I love that he was like, people recognize me. I'm 55 pounds down now, which I would like to say that's crazy. Good job, Philip.
Yeah.
He just managed everything about him. I was like, I am not one that usually goes for a story, or at least I like to say I'm not that person. Yeah. But he, on top of him losing the 55 pounds, having his audition on AGT, he was giving the Avery Dixon effect. Right. He came back with so much confidence. Much confidence. He knew who he was. He knew what he was capable of. And he was thrilled to be there. I have major respect for people who, one, come out of the shadows. This guy was nobody before. At least I don't think he was anyone before the show. Came out of the shadows. Was like, yeah, I'm just a dude that loves to play a violin. Like, awesome. Good for you. He got so much confidence after his audition, which I'm like, that's amazing. This is why you do this. And he also like put on a hell of a show.
Yeah.
I really liked him this time. I was like, actually, like I was up dancing to his music and I was like, I really like him. Like I'm vibing with this.
What I thought was really interesting was that I've never heard an Irish jig be played with a rock band before.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is freaking awesome.
It was
great.
Like
the whole thing was just amazing. But,
yeah.
I don't know. It was a solid performance all in all. I think it did really, really well. I'm also trying to do this while talking. I'm still, you know what, Corey?
I'm not good at Sudoku,
it's
but I'll try
commitment to the bit.
Yeah. Take over, Corey. Yeah. I really thought the performance was really good. And, it showed this character. And as Howie said it, he did really, really well and made it entertaining. And, I wish he moved on because I would have loved to see a performance with him, Brian King Joseph, or like maybe even Lindsey Sterling. And I know there's a little bit of beef between Lindsey Sterling and AGT, and rightfully so, because Sterling is amazing, and they mistreated her.
I love her.
Yeah, but to see if we could have seen like that performance, oh my god, phenomenal! Just imagine like a quartet of violinists or like I don't know. It would have been cool.
Do you get tries in this game?
I'll take over, Corey. You're about to lose my winning streak. I was gonna say that too.
Next round, you have me do a crossword. I'm better at
crosswords. I got you. But what did you think, Dan?
I thought that he was very good. I thought he was very energetic. I really liked the kind of incorporating the call and response singing bit. That's always fun. I think maybe it's as we've said before with comedians, you can be a really good comedian, but just not the right type of comedian.
Yeah.
And AGT isn't going to work for you. I think he's an amazing musician. I think he's a great character. I just think it's too big for him. I think the stage is too big for him, even with a band.
Yeah.
I just think having a one dude just walking back and forth with a violin, as enthusiastic and as personable and you know, like you said, it's always lovely seeing somebody having a great time, and he was clearly having a great time up there. I think it was just a bit like him in like a room underneath a pub or something. Like he is gonna
outstanding,
destroy. Absolutely amazing.
But even if he did like a quartet type of show,
absolutely,
completely agree.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Julian.
No, it's okay.
I didn't know you had tries.
I hate to be the old person here, but it's infuriating talking to people who are staring at their phone.
I'm so
Am
sorry.
I right, old people?
So
No.
sorry.
Am I right?
I know. I'm so sorry. I was committing
I'm trying
to the
give
bit.
that
thought
sounds
Dan-
great. Yeah, that sounds great.
I
I
thought
was
Dan.
committing to the bit. I'm so sorry, Dan. I know. It
thought-
feels weird to do
What
this.
happened to conversation? For
I
God's
thought
sakes?
that Dan was gonna say, "I hate to be the old person in the room, but what is Sudoku?"
Oh no, I thought that too. Fully. I thought you were going to be no, but Sudoku.
I feel like Sudoku is more of an old person.
No,
thing
it is.
than
It was
yeah.
like, listen, it was in a newspaper. Like my parents got the newspaper when I was a child. My mom did Sudoku. My mom did crosswords.
I will say I am that person who loves playing Sudoku on the train.
I have a
I don't
crossword.
know.
No, I have a crossword puzzle app on
there
my
you go.
phone.
Yeah,
Like I feel you.
I don't know. I don't know.
Okay.
Anyways. But yeah.
It was a fun bit, but we're done with
We're
the
done
bit
with
now.
the bit. Yes, I apologize, Dan. It was for the bit. It wasn't.
Get off my lawn!
Whoa. Someone's getting salty today.
Let's move on to the next act. We have Mzansi Youth Choir.
I think they were great. I know that there are some. I predicted that they would be. I predicted that they'd get through, and then they did get through.
Yeah.
Just to remind
Is this the second part of your
that.
speech right here?
This is the second part. This is part two.
Yeah,
This is
okay.
part two. I thought they were great. I know that a lot of people have some lukewarm feelings, let's say, generously towards choirs in general.
You're looking at someone in the room with you.
There we go.
Yep.
I think they did well. I love the song choice. I think the song choice was really good. I liked that they had like the kind of light art on the projected onto their clothes. I thought that added a nice little element. For me, I think, as we always talk about on this, about like finding something different, finding something new. And their USP from an American kind of very Western show is that they are from South Africa.
Yeah.
And so I think the parts of the performance where they really leaned into that, I think that's where it really came alive. I think the rest of it was good, but I think as they go forward, and they did go forward, didn't they?
They did.
They did get
Dan,
through. They did get through. Cool. Yeah, they did get through.
I
That's
was
good. That's good. They did get through. I just wanted to clarify that they did get through. Okay, good. Oh gosh, look at what happened. But yeah, as they go through, I think I want to see more of that. Yeah. I want to see the more kind of African lean into that. That's what makes you different from the nurse choir or whoever else it might be. So yeah, give us more of that.
I'm sorry, I completely forgot to mention this. Dan, you're 3 for 3, right?
3 for 3. 3 for 3.
I would like to clarify that
Thank you for
both
bringing
Kayla
those.
and I have gotten number 1 right every week, but Dan's gotten 1 and 2 right. I am salty.
I don't think you get any prizes for just getting the first one right, do you?
I mean, you should, though. Right?
I've been giving you kudos points this entire time.
Absolutely.
You're welcome, by the way.
Yeah, maybe a pat on the back, but I think it's really the first 2 that really get the rewards. Getting the first one is great, though.
Anyway, thank you, Dan. My opinion on the choir.
So smug.
My opinion on the choir. I have a differing opinion than Dan, as everybody knows. I was never a fan of them. I think that I never liked choirs. Let's start with that. I'm not a fan of choirs. The only one that I actually liked was Northwell Nurses. That one I liked because it was the correct time for it. It was all about the timing.
Story.
That's how I felt about them. These guys from the beginning, and this is something that I am always like, we know that with people that I don't necessarily like from the show. I don't like being lied to. Their story isn't about them. The reason that they got their audience golden buzzer is not them. It's not about them. They have no affiliation with Nightbird. It's great that they sang her song.
Mm-hmm.
I think that it was a cheap way for them to get a golden buzzer.
Right.
I think that they used this tactic. They were like, what's the most viral person from AGT right now? They sang that song. I don't respect that. I want to hear them as a group. Plain and simple, I think that it's, and like Nightbird's family was there for this performance. And I'm like, keep singing Nightbird songs if you're going to make that your whole journey. I didn't appreciate it. I have too much respect for Nightbird. I think that it was a bold move to sing a Nightbird song. I really do. I don't think it was appropriate. That's how I feel about it. I don't think it was I get it and I understand. I feel like it was just a cheap way. They were my least favorite golden buzzer of the season.
Wow.
Like I said, I don't know if there will ever be an audience golden buzzer again. I think that this golden buzzer was out of like, oh, we miss Nightbird. Nightbird deserves the world. I agree. I love Nightbird. She deserves the world. This is not a way to tribute her.
Okay, to play devil's advocate, was it them who picked the song or was it the producers?
Probably the producers to make this moment. And that's why I don't like it. It's not that I don't like them. I don't like the moment. And I feel like I'm being lied to.
Is it fair then to penalize them for a decision that wasn't in their hands?
Yes. Because I did the same thing last year to Maddie Taylor Baez when it was not her
I was going to
choice.
say, step out the way, Maddie Taylor Baez.
She
Here
was
we go.
circling around the conversation like she's going to be brought up at some point.
Okay.
I think you got to give us some backstory.
I dislike Maddie Taylor Baez's way that she came into it. I know that it was a producer thing where they were like, oh, let's pretend you came out of the audience. This girl has been on a Netflix show. She didn't come out of the audience. Like, what are you talking about? I don't like that. I don't like being lied to. I would have rather them say this is a 12-year-old came to the stage. Boom. It felt like with this youth choir and Maddie that they were both put in a position where it was an immediate golden buzzer. I don't think that the judges should be told how to feel about people.
I mean, this is specifically the show where people are told how to feel
I
about
know.
people.
Yeah. That's what really gets me.
And you
That's
did
what
mention
gets
before,
me.
and Julian, if you can find that clip before,
No.
that you did state that you are not drawn in by the stories.
Right, and this is a story that I
specific
don't
story.
like.
Okay, so
This is a story that I don't like. This is a
legwork to do.
situation that I don't like. But that's how
and then
I feel
Julian
about
cut in a
it.
clip of Maddie Taylor Baez, and then maybe some childhood pictures of her, and then
I just want this bit to be over.
No, it's like
the notes now.
Here's the thing, right? If Detroit Youth Choir or even the other one that was on All Stars that wore the rainbow shirts, future Julian, please put a photo of them on the screen because I don't remember their name. If it were either of those groups,
Anything else?
sorry, Julian. If it were either of those groups, I think I would have respected it more.
right.
But because they were like, here's the thing. You said it yourself. They have a thing. Their thing is bringing their South African culture to the stage. I would have preferred if they got in the audience golden buzzer based off of that.
Sure.
That's how I feel about the whole thing. I don't think that they needed the leg up of using a Nightbird song.
No, I would agree with that.
That's how I feel. I've never liked them because of it. I think that them having Nightbird's family there was just weird and like uncomfortable because like sing another Nightbird song if you're going to have her family there.
Right.
But I mean, yeah, I'm happy they went through. Maybe in the finale they'll change my mind, but I don't think so. Sorry, guys.
Wow.
All right.
Controversial.
I think they're pretty good.
And that's all we've got time for.
And
Next
that's-
Yeah,
all I gotta
it's
say.
at 24 minutes now.
I think they were great. Let's keep it short and simple.
Yep. Sorry.
Anyways, let's
I
move
came
on
in
to our
with the
next
hot
tag.
takes.
Next, we have Justin Jackson.
Justin Jackson.
I only have one line that I wrote in. I mean, first I'll start off with, thought the damp dancing was pretty good. And then, Corey, would you like to read this line out loud?
Not gonna lie, I thought he was in Scrubs.
That's the first thing I thought of. I was like, is he a nurse?
I mean, it was Justin Jackson kicked out of Northwell Nurse Choir.
And then he just went solo, and he's like, I'm going to let the
I
feet
just wanna
do all
dance.
the talking, you know? I mean, I thought the tap dancing was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I think he's great. I think
yeah.
he's really talented. I think he's definitely going to get work out of this.
Oh, I completely agree with you.
I think he has attitude, and he's kind of telling stories with it, and like the little frissons with the kind of confetti and stuff. That's all great. It's just not a final act.
Right. So this is one of the I've talked on the podcast before that sometimes during the episode I am getting ready for bed and I'm like going to brush my teeth, I'm going to floss, all that.
Run us through your routine.
What's your
it's
regimen?
been changing recently, but usually what I do is I get up, I brush my teeth, I floss, I mouthwash, I wash my face, put on my serum, my moisturizer, and then I go watch the rest of the show.
Wow.
So during Justin Jackson, I saw his story and I was like, yeah, I don't really care to watch this one. I'm not going to lie.
Wow.
My boyfriend stayed in front of the TV and was like, got you. I will explain it to you. So I'm in the bathroom brushing my teeth. He goes, it's the tap dance dude, Justin something. And I'm like, Justin Jackson, got it. He goes, he was talking about how he's going to make this performance better than the last one. And I was like, that would be the objective, yes. Ben goes, he has a jump rope, but the jump rope is more in the air than it is on the ground. Like, he's not really jumping through it much. And I was like, okay, weird. And then Ben goes, he threw confetti, but like not in the fun way, like from his hands. And I'm like, so did he do
Wait, did he say not in the fun way?
What's the fun way?
What's the fun way of throwing confetti?
I was like sitting there, I'm like, so he just went like this, and he's like, and I'm like, okay, I mean, this makes sense for someone who's jump roping. And he was like, it's a gold confetti. I'm like, color doesn't really matter in this instance, Ben. I don't know what, like, did you expect it to be a different color? What do you mean? He's like, it's just weird. It's not a golden buzzer performance.
Wait, Corey, I'm going to challenge you to record a video of Ben with some confetti for him to show us the fun way to throw confetti.
I'm trying to think, does he want him to like fart it out or something? I mean, what?
Like the guy in BGT?
Like the guy in BGT?
Oh my God. No.
Ishikawa.
I'm sitting here dying of laughter with his description because I can fully imagine what this guy's doing in my head the entire time. I'm like, no, he just like fully just went like this and threw it. And they probably did that editing with like the slow motion. I mean, they probably didn't because it was a live show, but if it was an audition, they would have done the slow motion one. And I was just like, what do the judges think? And Ben goes, I don't know. I didn't pay attention.
I don't know. Just y'all talking about the dude farting with the confetti just reminded me of the helipad man.
Helipad man was good.
It's funny. I don't know if it's still going to happen, but do you remember when Billy brought in that drone at some point into the office? So him and I, we were this close to recording a TikTok of one of us recreating that AGT act.
Oh, wow.
And just one of us spread eagle on the floor and the other person trying to land the drone.
Oh, that's funny.
The other person's butt.
That's funny.
We never got around to doing it, but let us know if you want to see that.
That's how we felt about Justin Jackson. Wow. The confetti was just like non-conclusive.
It was not fun. It was not in the fun way.
It wasn't the fun way.
I mean, it's a shame. Like, I agree with your getting ready for bed routine. If you look at this lineup in professional wrestling terms, when there's a show and you're at a show and you're like, I need the toilet. There's what's known as the piss break match. Right. Where it's like, this is the one that I'm least invested in. And so this is the one that I'm going to go and,
it makes sense.
And this is, I mean, he's great, but this is when you go.
Is this a legitimate thing or is it more like an understanding that everybody?
It's an understanding, and it's sad because sometimes you see it when you're watching it on TV, and then some people will come in for a match, and then you just see some people filing out, and it's not that they're leaving, it's not that they're like, oh, this is terrible. It's just like, this is where I need to go to the bathroom.
Yeah,
and then I want to be back for the next match that I'm really interested in. So
imagine if there are people who are just like, yeah, the next one's gonna be a piss break match. I need to, and then it's that one where the dude like. Recently, what was it? He grabbed the metal stairs and like tried to. Did you see that?
Yeah, Bron Breakker.
Insane.
Yeah.
They show. I've been like, and there was at some point I was looking for another clip of that thing because I only saw what was the live broadcasted thing, and then
they cut away from it.
They cut to black at some point, and then I saw somebody in the audience,
a fan thing. And Booker T's behind him. And
dude,
he's like he just murdered him.
It literally, but then you see there's another angle. There's another fan angle that got behind. And then you can tell. I don't know if it actually happened. Corey, let me paint a picture for you real quick. Two people in wrestling. One of them goes down. The other person, one of them drags them down to like this metal staircase thing. And then in true wrestling fashion, they grab an object and they're about to pelt them with it. But from the angle that you see it and the way they broadcast it, makes it really seem like he crushed this guy's head with a metal staircase.
Yeah.
And it got to the point where like the cameras had to cut to black.
Yeah.
Like one of the angles,
did it
like
very well.
they did it really well to the point where like I thought it was super.
I
believable.
will-
stretch it out.
I will
afterwards
say-
using the neck brace.
Oh my god, it's insane.
I will say my knowledge of WWE is very limited. My knowledge includes a video game of WWE where I
it's the
always
best way to
played.
learn.
I always played as Nikki Garcia, formerly known as Nikki Bella, and I just really liked her walkout music, and that's the reason why I played as her.
It's a legitimate reason.
I know nothing else about WWE. I just had a friend that had the game, and I played the game as Nikki Bella, and I felt like a badass.
You know? I mean, WWE has some great moments. I mean,
It does.
That was the one moment that I was just like, what the hell? There was also another moment where recently I don't know if this was recent or if this was old, but they did the John Cena meme where they thought where they were like introducing him and stuff, and there was nobody there, and it got to the point where the cameras followed up to the ring, and they were going to have a formal interview, and they were asking him questions, but there was no one sitting in the chair. It was, and I looked at it and I was like, this is great. Them embracing that.
I think The Miz even had a match against Invisible John Cena.
I'm sorry.
He had a match against him, yeah.
It would be The Miz that has something against Invisible John Cena.
You know, and people, because it's wrestling, it's all silly anyway, and everyone's really getting into it. It was pretty fun.
Well, we never expected to have a sidebar of 10 minutes on WWE.
But
here it is for all you
the Bella
WWE
sisters.
fans.
I love them so much, and I have no reason to be honest.
Well, we'll say it was a 6-minute segue into WWE, and then it was co-opted by,
Oh, yeah.
some of the reality stuff.
With the shameless plug,
Exactly,
which,
yes.
talentrecap.com.
It was a good article.
Yeah.
Sounds like a good website, guys.
I think also,
Great
now
website.
that we're here, you should like and subscribe, and you should check out all the other videos and 5-star reviews,
Yes.
of our podcast.
This is the recap room. We also run a channel called Talent Recap on YouTube.
Yep.
We also have the website, talentrecap.com.
And make sure to follow our socials
Yeah.
at the Recap Room Pod on all social media platforms.
And if you want to see our other stuff, you can follow us on Talent Recap too. Same
But this isn't
work.
the end of the episode.
No, we're
just
not done
plugging
yet.
it.
We're just-
This is
we
just
have much
organic.
more. Yeah,
Remember when we
organic.
said that we had a low attention span? This is why we're reminding you guys, because realistically, are we going to remember this at the end of the episode?
Should
Maybe
I pull
not.
up Sudoku again?
Do you want me to pull up my crossword?
Dan's like, just fucking put the phone down.
Next up, we have MOS. Here we go.
All right, next week.
It is MOS next.
They don't miss. I personally
great.
think they don't miss.
Great stuff.
Phenomenal. Corey, give us your hot take.
I think that they repeated the
Why do you
song
hate
too
them?
many times. They repeated the chorus line too many times for me.
Okay, fair enough.
I also played saxophone. Shameless plug. I taught myself how to play saxophone in middle school. I played clarinet
You're about
before
to start
that.
criticizing their form.
No, I just think that
Did
they
they
were
not lick the reed.
they were
well enough?
playing the entire
reeds up there. I don't like it. I don't like it.
the
You can hear the
entire
scratchy tone on it,
performance.
too.
The entire performance was giving brass band and like a marching band type of vibe, and I
Sure.
think their audition was giving more jazz.
Okay.
I prefer the tonality of a jazz band.
Mhm.
I'm not a huge fan of marching bands. Maybe it's because I was a band kid and I couldn't memorize music. I don't
Sure.
know. But I felt like it was just everything about it was just loud. Everything.
Okay.
It was
Yeah.
loud. It felt like they were enunciating their notes very well, but they were doing it in a way where it was kind of sloppy and just like of each instrument. And I was like, guys, please don't do that.
I will say, I think it's difficult to be able to like play that with a backing track and a roaring audience. So at
Yeah.
that point,
I agree,
too. You might. I think they had to do that on purpose.
They
in order
probably
to
couldn't
kinda
hear
just-
themselves.
Right. No.
Yeah.
And with that, I mean, because what is it? You have the earpiece playing the metronome in the background,
Yeah.
so you could follow the song.
Yeah.
There are many factors that makes it difficult to play an instrument live,
Right.
especially if it's one that I mean, I don't know. I always think woodwind instruments or any sort of brass instruments are super impressive because you need to have breath control. You need to move across that stage like you do. You got to hold this heavy instrument the entire time as well. And I think they did it flawlessly.
I agree. I also think that I didn't look closely. I think that there are microphones on their instruments because they probably mic'd up the instruments. My issues probably had to do with that. I think that they probably were playing as if they weren't mic'd. I think that's probably what it was. And I think that was probably my issue. But this is like a very nitpicky thing just because I was a part of the band world from grades 4 to 12.
Sure.
You know?
Yeah, I think maybe there's an argument to be made that it could have brought in more colors, could have been a bit more up and down. It was quite kind of
loud.
Yeah, and just like
super
energetic the whole way through. And maybe there's a more
like
of a
dips and stuff.
Yeah,
and
maybe get some. I mean, I like the marching band idea. Maybe get some marching, dancers behind them or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
but yeah. I think they were really good. It was so impressive to be able to memorize all of that, and like
I completely agree. Yeah.
Very, very good.
I don't know. It's also the choreography.
Yeah.
Choreography's good.
Oh, so good.
Yeah.
I don't know.
There's a lot of plate spinning in that performance.
I also will say, like, they were one of the ones that surprised me because I didn't think they were going to go through this far.
Yeah.
I thought that they were going to be like a one-off act. Like, their audition was very good, but I didn't think it was, like, amazing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Powerful as well for them to, we all love denim, sure. Some of us, if we're bold, will go for double denim. Occasionally, you want to go for triple denim, a Canadian tuxedo. I feel like some of these girls are having, like, quintuple, sextuple, septuple denim.
Yeah.
That's
denim where we can't even see it too.
Exactly. Yeah. Maybe there's some kind of denim brassiere going on at some point or something. I don't know. Yeah. An overabundance of denim, which for me is always appreciated.
Denim socks.
Socks.
I'd love to try. I mean, probably really uncomfortable, but I'd love to try a pair of denim socks if it ever makes. Corey's like, what the hell are you talking about?
This is one of those conversations that I'm politely declining between you two. You guys can have this conversation.
Hey man, aren't you curious about denim socks?
Denim socks,
yeah, right.
Denim tie.
Yeah, we don't have any sponsors yet. If you make denim socks, hit us up at admin@talentrecap.com.
If it helps at all, I know that Shein has denim thongs. I get an ad for them all the time.
Check out the next podcast.
Where our voices will be just a little bit higher.
Because we're wearing denim thongs.
I get the ad for them on my work computer all the time, and I don't know why.
Excuse me? What was that?
And we're back to the ghost again.
The ghost of denim past.
Okay, so long story short, there was one time where we were recording promos for the recap room.
And it was just me and Julian downstairs.
Subscribe. But yeah, we were recording promos, and at some point, Dan, were you here for this?
No.
Probably not.
Oh
we
my
have to
goodness.
show it to Dan.
Dan doesn't believe in ghosts, right?
Nope.
All right. And there's a long story behind that. But
and Corey is a super believer in ghosts. So everybody knows.
I just get paranoid. I don't like being alone in dark spaces. And this basement.
Don't worry, you're not alone down here.
I mean, it creeps me out. I'm not going to lie.
Alone.
There are many times where I think, dear God, there's a squatter down here, and I am going to just get. I mean, any of these doors can open up, and somebody will be like, "Don't tell anyone I'm living down here," and I'll be like, "Ah!" Like, I mean, I don't know. They probably don't sound like that. Whoever this person is,
and it sounds like they're looking to bond with you. Like, hey, we should share a secret.
I can be a new host for Talent
It could be the
Recap.
basis for a great friendship.
Hey, I got this business idea that I want you to record. Get these fancy cameras up.
Denim sucks. I think it's the future.
Give me the Wi-Fi password. I'll join the podcast.
Sorry about all the food that's missing in the fridge. No, but
is that where my food's been going?
I mean, I don't know. We'll find out very soon enough. Squatter who's living down here.
Come on down.
Special guest. Whoa. This segment's going on for too long. But anyways, long story short, Corey and I were recording some of these promos. We were down here. Again, no one else was here with us. Everything was set up.
We were like, the gears were grinding. I was like to Julian, I'm like, perfect idea for one of the promos. What? 3.
She literally
You know what rhymes with America's Got Talent? The recap room.
Yeah, and it was one of the things, and I was like, "That's perfect. Let's go for it." I was ready for the take. I was
Julian
about
was
to say,
on camera. I was behind the camera.
I start saying the take, and you know what? Roll the clip. You know what? What the fuck was that?
I don't know. Billy.
Hello?
Billy's playing Fortnite. I don't want to play this game.
What the fuck was that?
Billy.
Okay, wait.
Don't mind me. Safety in number.
No, it's okay.
Hey, are you pulling a prank on us right now?
Dude,
Can you come downstairs?
we're kind of scared. Terrifying. Literally, there is this. Dan, I mean,
it's got to be a ghost.
Yeah, it has
There's
to
no
be,
other explanation,
No,
guys.
but like,
I literally was like behind the camera. I'm like, nah, here's the thing. Our prank wars with Billy are too serious at this point. I'm like, Billy is pranking us. My immediate feeling was I have to call Billy.
But here's the thing.
I called Billy. Billy's upstairs. Why are you calling me?
And my immediate, she's just like, it's Billy. And I'm like, no, we would have heard the
It's
door.
more
like,
of a
there's no way.
comfortable feeling if it's Billy. I'm more comfortable with it being Billy pranking us.
Yeah, but like for me, it was just logically, it couldn't have been Billy. There was no way. And I know Billy wouldn't do that to us while we're recording. I mean,
He's a silly, goofy dude.
evil genius if he did, but terrifying playing upon our
didn't.
fears. But
He
he didn't.
didn't.
It wasn't him. And there was just a random sound that just like, it sounded like someone clapped
In the middle of us.
in the middle of us
yeah.
filming. Nothing had dropped. We looked around. Nothing could have made that sound.
Oh, mind you, we stayed in our little cove in there. We didn't really go out of it because we were like, oh my God.
I was visibly like if you look at the moment, I was visibly horrified. And it's funny as a secret Easter egg hunt, if y'all want to check out some of the talent recap compilations, there are some I kept in for the lower third. I kept in for my promos.
Really?
Me getting scared.
That's
Yeah.
great.
Because later while Corey and Billy were talking, I was like, well, that was terrifying. But you know what's not terrifying? The Recap Room podcast. So
Yeah, I just love how I call Billy and I'm like, hey, where are you right now? He goes, my desk. And I was like, why are you pranking us? He's like, I'm not. And I was like, can you come downstairs?
it was
I
definitely
will
wrong.
say,
What I was
playing devil's
expecting-
advocate is if you were pranking somebody and somebody asks you if you're
You would say
pranking them.
no.
You would still
That
say no,
is
right?
right.
Of course, yeah.
But here's the thing. My whole thing of like, I'm going to call Billy is because Billy always has his ringer on.
Yes.
So I was expecting for,
Right,
I
that
would
he would
call
be-
him and you could
okay.
hear his phone because he wouldn't be silencing his phone.
Yeah.
Or he'd
Unless,
do that thing.
again, it's some elaborate prank that's been in the works for months now. Ellie would probably also be in it.
Yeah.
Like, anyways, we got to move on.
Terrifying.
Yeah. All right, let's move on to our next act. We have Herwan Legaillard.
I think I must have missed his first audition because
Really?
this guy came, blew me away.
Oh, dude,
Sword
if you saw that
Swallower.
first audition,
Unbelievable.
it's
Yeah.
a huge step up. And his first audition
This
was
is
already
Right.
impressive.
Really good. Like it
Okay.
was
Yeah.
the first audition, the part that was the most impressive. He had a light up sword.
Oh,
He swallowed it.
And you
Dude,
can see
and
it.
you can see it.
I-
And it's one of the,
a
again, it's that
lightsaber.
moment where like like Andrew Stanton basically. Like,
Yes.
you know,
Yeah.
you want to, you don't want to keep looking, but you have to, and it's like,
yeah.
But here's the thing. I don't usually get like that about danger acts. Like I love sword swallowers. I love aerialists. I love danger acts. I don't normally react like that to a sword swallower. So
Yeah.
when he did that and I could see it there, I was like, that is crazy.
Freaking gross.
but he was doing like Aiden Bryant level aerial.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
What
aerialism?
surprises-
Aerial?
Aerialism.
What
Yeah.
surprises me the most, to be honest with you, is that he hasn't been picked up by a Vegas show yet.
Oh, he has
Or
to.
if he has, he's just doing the rest of AGT to do it. You know what I mean?
At this point,
Yeah.
he has to. There's no
I-
way.
Yeah.
He won't.
That's just the thing that I like. He's one of those people where I'm like, it's a no-brainer
Mm.
after a few months, because they did this last year where after a few months of the new winner being picked, a few months later, they pull a bunch of people from the season
Yeah.
onto the Vegas show. I think that if he is not picked up by Cirque du Soleil, which he should be,
Yeah.
he'll be picked up by the AGT show,
Mm.
which is still an act in Vegas.
Absolutely.
Like this man is incredible. I said the first time, he is a sex icon. He is. Also, I would like to say the confetti in this act is the fun confetti.
Oh, okay. So wait. So
So if the tap dancer was just all he needed to do was spin around upside
No,
down 15 feet.
no,
above
because
the-
this guy, the way that he did it, he hid the confetti, and the
Right.
confetti matched his outfit.
Justin Jackson, take some notes. All right.
need to get some scrub colored confetti.
No, if it were
COVID-19 masks. Confetti.
if it were my world, if I were
And hopefully one day it will be.
Thank you. If I were the only AGT voter on the planet, I would have put through Summer and Herwan.
I mean, I think
That would have been my pick.
he was
Good
amazing.
choices.
Yeah.
Again, I'm not hating on Summer.
What I loved about it is that he starts off and he does the sword swallowing. You think that's very impressive.
Yep.
And he does the balancing. That's very impressive. Oh, he's combining these two things. And then he's like, how about sword swallowing? And this aerialism. Oh, okay, this is... And the sword swallowing and the thing in the throat. And you think, oh, this is all visually very impressive. And then the confetti thing was like, this guy gets showmanship as well.
Yeah.
It's like he's presenting it in such an attractive way. So yeah, he blew me away. Really.
I'm just glad he didn't impale himself.
I mean, yeah. There's always just that, because there's always a bit of danger in an aerial act, but then also the knowledge that he's got a fucking sword in his guts,
and he has to maintain that composure to imagine you don't want to. What is it? There's that one moment from David Blaine's Real or Magic where he's performing the ice pick through the hand trick.
Oh yeah.
Sure. And there's this one glorious moment where he's showing it to the Smith family, and Will Smith goes, no one clap, because then he'll accidentally clap.
No, I don't think you clap. I don't think we clap, because then he'll clap by accident.
It's that thing
You've
of like.
You've shown me this.
It's hilarious because it's the same principle. Like,
it's got a sword in there. Don't sneeze.
Just don't bend over or else, it just. Oh,
if this guy has any amount of a cold, he couldn't do this act.
Yeah, no. God.
A cough?
Yeah.
Oh, heck no.
Oh, God.
He's great, though. I really like him.
Amazing.
I'm sad that he's not going to the finale.
Yeah.
He's got a future. He's got a future in Vegas.
100%, he's done his job of hey, everybody, hire me. I'm amazing.
Yeah.
Still amazing, though. All right, let's move on to our next act. We have Barry Brewer Jr. Dan.
We have talked before on this, and I referenced it earlier, that sometimes you can be a really good comedian and you're just not an AGT comedian.
Yeah.
I don't know necessarily that he is an amazing comedian, but he's definitely not an AGT comedian.
Yeah.
Right.
Because you need to have just a hit rate like a kind of a Preacher Lawson or a Mikey Winfield, or one of these people where it's just like it's gag, it's gag, it's gag, it's gag, and in 2 minutes you can get 8 laughs. That's what you need.
Right.
And him at the beginning, he's setting up a thing about, oh, isn't it great being married? And you get like 40 seconds in, and he's not told a joke.
No,
like you need, and he's one of these people that is clearly, he makes his friends laugh and everybody around him laugh, and he's a funny guy person to person because he's doing a high pitched voice and he's being all silly. But that's not enough on a stage to just be, I'm a silly goose and I'm just like, you need material.
Yeah,
you need to say something and prompt a laugh from people.
I think that I was most shocked when he came on stage. This is a dumb Corey moment. Everybody will enjoy this. I was shocked he wasn't on crutches anymore. I forget how early they filmed the auditions. I forget how early they filmed the auditions. Yes, so I was like, oh, he was on crutches, and he was like one of the last weeks of auditions. He must still be on crutches, right? Oh my God, those weren't a prop. You know what I mean?
Apparently not.
All I can really say about this is I thought it was funny once he got to the joke.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with what the judges had said. So Howie was like, yeah, you did a good job. You took a risk telling one joke because people were either going to be on your side or not on your side. Simon, though, on the other hand, basically said to the guy, we didn't put you through to be a normal stand-up comedian. You were a musical comedian before.
That's true.
I think that how Howie truly felt came out during, I just realized these are in the wrong order, but it's fine, in Herwan's performance, because during Herwan's performance, like afterwards, Howie says, Herwan, you went up there and you told us multiple stories, unlike Barry Brewer Jr. before you, who just told us one and it was boring. That's pretty much what Howie said about this. And I agree with Howie. And like, here's the thing, right? If Howie really liked the act, he would have said more to Barry.
Yeah.
And you could just tell that he was like, oh, no.
I thought the comedy set was good, but again, it's that, and I'm going to quote Olivia, we have been spoiled with all these great comedians.
Yeah, we have. And even Aaron this season.
Yeah, like, and the bar is so high that it's just like, again, I'm not discouraging any comedians to go on AGT, but it's just, know that you have tough competition, and just know that, again, they're expecting a level of comedy, or just, you got to be unique.
I also will say, though, if Mikey Winfield went up and said the same joke, they would have loved it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
The one thing that Corey and I did discuss, though, that was just like, Simon was like, had you brought back the keyboard, it would have been different because, we've never seen that before and blah, blah, blah. And like, I've never, and I looked at Corey and I was like, has he never heard of Bo Burnham?
It's really quite like,
what?
Like, I don't know if you've heard the song, Simon, CEO entrepreneur.
Born in 1964.
Jeffrey
Bezos. Like,
or even, well, look who's inside again. Simon, this movie was nominated for the Emmys and the Oscars. Sweetie, this is not, Bo Burnham is not a non-known name.
he is a household name.
He is a household.
Simon only watches AGT.
Yeah.
That is true.
No, it's true. Like Simon.
And BGT.
I don't want to be diluted by any of the other. If it's not on the stage in front of me, I will.
See, but
not watch
here's
it.
the thing. Here's the thing, right? You would think that they would have been all over Bo Burnham because he got his start on YouTube. You would think that they would have been all over him to be on the show.
I mean, he
younger.
made his own success. You know, I don't think he didn't need AGT.
Bo Burnham, if you ever see this, we love you so much. Go on tour again, please. I'm begging you. If you're okay mentally, I will pay a lot of money.
Corey absolutely loves you. She is a super fan.
I have Inside on vinyl.
She says that she cares about your mental health. She cares about her enjoyment more than you.
No, I do.
Even if it will give him a mental breakdown.
No.
She's like, if I can see his last performance, what a joy that would be.
I want to see his comeback performance where he's okay.
That would be nice.
That's what I mean by that.
Yeah.
I want to see his comeback performance that he's okay.
Anyways, let's move on to our next act.
Lastly,
We have
Putri Ariani.
Putri Ariani. She's phenomenal.
I mean, she's great.
Yeah.
She's great. You know,
I mean, it felt like it took her 12 years to finish the song. I'm not gonna lie. That's my one. Putri is so talented. I would appreciate it if she sang a bit quicker.
Wow. Would you say that of Adele?
Yes. I feel the same way about Adele's music. I'm not a fan of like slower songs. And like, here's the thing. I know why she's doing it to show off her vocal range.
Mm-hmm.
On the Putri Lavender debate, I'm on Lavender's side here because Lavender keeps singing like quicker songs.
Okay.
And I prefer Lavender's voice. It's nothing to do with either of them personally. I just prefer Lavender.
I love how we just automatically just pitted them against each other. Just like, we have to put them in the same category.
Everybody online is. Everybody online is.
I mean, yeah.
Because they're the two blind singers of the season.
Yeah.
And they're both golden buzzers.
They got through the blind auditions.
Dan, that was a cheap joke. That was a cheap joke, Dan.
We can maybe time how long it took Julian
That was
to really register the
joke.
I was just trying to think of the
was a
appropriate
cheap
reaction.
Nope, that was a cheap joke. I just smiled back at Dan and was like, sure,
Putri, we love you. Great performance.
No, I love
amazing.
Putri too. Listen, in the last one where I talked about Lavender, I said that Lavender should sing This Is Me from The Greatest Showman. I don't know if I have a song suggestion for Putri though. To be honest with you, because her voice is so unique, Lavender gives like low jazz tones. I don't know. Honestly, for Putri, I want her to do another original.
Okay.
That's how I feel about the whole thing, to be honest with you. If they both, I think it'd be very good competition if Lavender sang This Is Me from The Greatest Showman and Putri sang an original. Although I will say, not fair grounds and Putri will still win. But just my opinion.
Wow.
Real quick before we continue, a lot of the things that happen or are said on the podcast are satirical. Let's just, remember that.
Yeah. I mean,
just to be clear.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
There's no, I'm not going to explain it all. I'm not an idiot. Let's say that. I'm not an idiot. And if I say something that an idiot would say, you think, Dan probably doesn't mean that, does he? No, he doesn't.
The podcast title, Dan's an Idiot. I'm joking. Here's the thing. You caught me off guard by it. Mm-hmm. My comeback now that I've thought about it. Say the joke again.
They both got through the blind auditions.
No, they didn't. This isn't The Voice.
Oh, this is me. Oh.
When the sharpest words want to cut me down. And Julian, once again, is terrified of the two of us.
I'm not terrified. I'm just...
Gotta edit around this.
Yeah, just so many notes to make on this performance. It's okay. This is fine.
I mean, yeah, she is a discovery. She is the discovery of the season. And,
I agree.
And I think she's like, and she's young, right? 17, 18, something like that.
It's insane.
I think she's 19.
I
could be wrong.
Young.
Because I know Lavender's 27.
Right. Yeah.
But the vocal range, and it's like
her vocal range is
astonishing,
phenomenal.
Yeah.
I don't know. Putri, we love you.
Yeah.
We think you're phenomenal.
Yeah. I think you're phenomenal too. Please sing a song with a higher speed. Babe, If you were getting the 10 p.m. slot, I'm tired. I'm ready for
crank up those BPM.
Let's be honest here. You already know from Justin Jackson's performance, I was ready for bed at this point, girl. I was in bed. I was listening and I was just like, oh my God, why is she taking 12 years? I don't understand. That's it.
What's up, baby?
Hey, so all of my notes just deleted randomly. That's
Next was Chapel Hart.
amazing. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Chapel
So-
Hart.
Oh, it's here. It just started.
I was about to say, if you'd like to time me for Chapel Hart, I can give you exactly 3 minutes.
So this is where Julian and I graciously bow out of the podcast and just allow Corey her platform. So Corey, do you have any thoughts?
I
on
have
Chapel
tons
Hart?
of thoughts. Okay, Chapel Hart to begin. So Tuesday night, out of all the weeks of the competition, you never saw the AGT Las Vegas people. You never saw them in the audience. You never saw Shin Lim in the audience. Mind you, Shin Lim's too busy. This is not anything against him. Chapel Hart showed up Tuesday night, which is huge. I feel like they
very big.
Listen, they didn't win the show, but they're above the show now, and I will say that they're fully 100% hitting the charts, doing their thing. They went to the Country Music Awards this year. They are killing it. They had the opportunity to show up Tuesday night. They said, yeah, we're going to do it. Terry walks over to them. Chapel Hart, how do you feel about being here? They hand the microphone to Danica, I think her name is, the lead girl. And she's like, we're just so happy to be here. It's great not having to deal with performing. Yeah. And the anxiety is not there. Everybody's really good. And every time they talk to them, they just seem so genuine. Mm-hmm. You could tell that they were just happy to sit in that audience. And I was just like, I love them. Everybody who has seen the recap show last year knows that Billy and I had a giant bet on who was going to win. And I said Chapel Hart. If Danica's vocals didn't strain and then she got the surgery, I think that they really would have won. Their performance, I hadn't heard that song. I knew about their album. I hadn't heard that song. That song had the spunk, the pop bass. I don't like country music. It had the spunk, the pop bass, the correct way to incorporate all three of them that their original audition song, You Can Have 'Em, Julian had. And every time I see them, they just get better and better. And genuinely saying here, you don't see the Mayas coming back to perform on the results show. I adore them. They're going to be on the Today Show this upcoming week. And I love everything that they're about. They seem like such genuine people. They're so grateful for AGT. You can tell. And yeah, their performance, amazing. Them as people, amazing. Do you want to bring up?
I think they're great.
No. Do you want to bring up what we had talked about so we can finally use the clip?
Wait, what?
So... in December, you guys probably saw on Talent Recap, we do a thing called the Talent Recap Awards every year. Around the time that something terrible happened in our office, we had actually, Julian had been editing the Talent Recap Awards winners video, and certain people, not naming names, did not respond to our requests of who won. But Chapel Hart was one of the ones that did. And this video has never seen the light of day. And this video made me love them even more because they thanked talentrecap.com. And I'm like, girl, that's me.
And you can tell by their energy, the way they talked, and it wasn't for the camera.
No.
It was more like they love their fans.
Yes.
They absolutely love their fans.
Yes.
They absolutely love all the support. And they just seem very genuine.
They're so genuine. They're so generous. They literally they gave us such a long video and they did not have to.
You know what? Can I just roll the clip? Should I just?
I mean, why not?
Let's roll the clip.
Hey y'all, it's Chapel Hart. And we want to send a huge thank you to all of our fans and friends over at Talent Recap for voting for us for the Breakout Star Award.
And Talent Recap has chronicled our journey all throughout AGT and beyond, and we're so glad that they introduced their fans, you guys, to us, and we can't wait to meet you when we go on the road.
Thank y'all for making us a winner, and we hope that you guys get to see more of us along our journey.
Oh God,
I'm just obsessed with them.
They're so nice. They're so God. I don't know. Makes me love them.
I love them so much. I was so happy to see them again. And listen, if Trailer Flowers, they're my people for next week who I want. They're 2 weeks, but whatever. I would like them to go through so that I can see them perform with Chapel Hart. I don't care who. Don't bring in anybody else, please.
Chapel Hart has to come back.
I want to see them again. I also want to see them sing "You Can Have Him,
Thanos
Jolene."
sense. My Thanos sense is building up. I hate Chapel Hart.
Oh, no. Hello.
It was just too much of a wave of joy about Chapel Hart. I needed to.
I just
Scales tipping.
They
Everything
are.
needs to be in balance.
They are a wave of positivity.
They're lovely.
Yeah.
They're lovely.
I
They're
love them
phenomenal.
so much. That's it. That's my conversation about them. My
5
one-sided
minutes and
conversation.
33 seconds. I'm just
Time.
kidding. I'm kidding. Yeah, no, they're phenomenal. They're great. They're fantastic.
They have amazing showmanship.
Yeah, they do.
They have amazing showmanship. They're entertainers.
Yeah.
They were not mad when they lost. Like,
It's genuine. It's very and I think that's the thing that it's like, again, with the fame that comes around, and a lot of people that go on AGT, you see the same thing happen where it's like sometimes the fame kind of gets to them, and you can see that there's this little kind of like the ego kind of comes out, but for them you
Never.
do not see it. And
Never.
It's that quality of like they're feel good. You can't get this like negativity from them. You know. So I don't know. Chapel
And
Hart, we love you.
I don't even like country music like that.
They're
But
entertaining.
and like their music is just so good.
And they're the kind of ones that makes you say, yeah, that's why AGT is a good thing.
Yeah.
I agree.
That's why AGT is a good
Because
thing.
they deserve a platform.
They have got this opportunity to get their art in front of a much wider audience than they would have had before. They've taken it, they've grasped it, they're running with it,
Yep.
they're being grateful for it. It's all good.
More than
we love
grateful.
you, Chapel Hart.
So much.
Yeah.
If you're ever in New York City, please let us know.
Yeah.
Come by our office. Come say hi to us.
Come sing me. You Can Have Him, Julian. I'll sing with you.
Come see our ghost.
Come see our ghost.
I don't do good vocals. I can do backup. I got you.
Give her a tambourine though, and she's gonna rock your world.
Oh, she'll know what to do.
Yeah.
And then what instruments would we play? I got dibs on the
You
triangle.
guys are invited.
I quite like the little
The cowbell?
the little
in Spanish it's called a guido. Like it's like a scratchy thing, right?
Yeah.
I'm just in
Little
my
ribs
mind.
kind of, yeah.
What's
Bro.
going through my brain right now is Jolie.
Well,
You can have him because he ain't
and
no
if you can't
good
buy
to
one,
me.
cheese grater and a fork, dude.
She's great on a fork.
It works, man.
Yeah.
It's wonders.
We're thrifty.
Yeah. Just don't use the fork afterwards. Anyways, well, that was the show today. I think we got some really great stuff.
Yeah.
We have some stuff to look forward for next week. And,
Yeah.
I don't know. I hope that we didn't hurt any feelings.
Do you guys want a fun, not really fun fact, but my fun fact of the week?
So not so fun fact.
Not so fun fact.
Here
Just
we
a
go.
fact.
So
Just a fact. Just a
Adrian Stoica posted on Instagram yesterday that his other puppy died. His dog of 15 years named Rory, I think
Let's get
it
a
was.
close up on Dan real quick.
Yeah. So Hurricane is okay, but
Right.
he posted like a message before they came to America to perform in the semifinals about Rory being like, my 15-year-old pup is staying at home.
Wow.
And yesterday he posted that Rory passed on. And I'm
Wait.
really upset for Adrian.
That's definitely not a fun fact.
I told you it's a not fun fact.
I mean, but that takes it to a neutral though. You need to set
Also,
up saying,
it's just
do you want to
a
hear a
fact.
really depressing fact?
I will say Adrian has like 5 dogs.
Right.
Well, 4 now.
Oh, fine.
But like he has some really cool dogs. Like he has one
Rub
that's
the salt on the
blind.
wound.
I know. No, I'm really upset, and I think that Adrian's next performance in the finale will tribute this dog.
Which is then gonna
Make it so much more better, and then he's gonna win because I want him to
Yeah.
win. Either him or Eduardo.
Yeah.
Eduardo hasn't gone through yet, the little mariachi kid
Yeah.
singer, but I would like him to. I love that
Eduardo
kid.
Antonio Trevino.
He is like you'll hear what I have to say about him next week or whenever he goes on.
It's phenomenal.
Yeah.
But yeah. Again, if you like this podcast, make sure you give it 5 stars, rate and subscribe. Make sure you comment down below. Give us some tips and talk to us a little bit. Let us know if you liked it, if you didn't like it, and ask us questions. We might bring them onto the pod.
Yeah,
Yes.
and let us know what you agree with too.
Yeah. Also, make sure you check out all our social media platforms, the Recap Room Pod on all social media platforms, and check out the website. Corey, take it away.
Talentrecap.com. TALENTRECAP.com.
Very nice. Yeah. Thank you for joining us, everyone. And
Yeah.
thank you
Lots
for
of
being
fun.
here.
Lots
We
of
will
fun.
see you all in the next episode.
Good.
Bye.